Welcome back, everyone. The Gaming Collegian here with another episode of TGC Replay. And today I'm your host, Dylan Ortuno, with my co-host, Dorroh.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, he's going to be helping us out, go through the discussion today. So, thanks for coming back. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about the new Marvel game that came out this past week, as well as a very interesting Pokemon card story. Always nice to hear what's going on in the Pokemon card world, and more. So just, sit down, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and enjoy the show. So to start off, look at our beautiful logo.
Mwah.
Shout out to our designer again.
Love that thing.
For that logo. And Dylan has lost his mouse. So let us go to our first story, which is the Pokemon card story. So, in case you guys missed it or haven't kept up with the Pokemon card world, there was a man who spent $50,000 plus on Pokemon cards. And it's just absolutely just dumbfounding how much money you can spend on Pokemon cards. And then the fact that it's the COVID relief money. He spent that on Pokemon cards. So, I growing up, I loved Pokemon cards. I liked them as much as the next guy. But I don't know if I like them $50,000 a lot. Well, especially, money that I should be using for something a little better. But that aside, I just think it's a funny story. Hopefully the guy made his money's back. There's a pretty big market for Pokemon cards, especially with the pandemic. It saw a pretty big boom. So, what do you think about this?
Look, here's the thing. At this point, Pokemon cards, sometimes you're better off investing in Pokemon cards than you are cryptos, stocks, 401ks. Look, this is a big market. If this dude wants to put some money in, let him do it. I mean, he's got the money apparently. I don't see any issue with him just, in a way, wasting money. But there's a chance that this dude makes even more from what he invests. It's probably better than Bingus token.
Yeah, well, I'm glad for that take. I do agree that there is a pretty big market in Pokemon cards, so there's a chance that this was made back. But for sure, check out that story in case you want to know a little more about the big Pokemon spender. On to our next story. This past week, another Marvel game came out. In case you guys remember, there was the Avengers game maybe right around this time last year. And now we have the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I was a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies when I watched them. I like the music with it. I just really like 80s music. And this game, from what I've heard so far, seems pretty cool. I remember I saw a TikTok where someone was showing off the album for the music they're going to be using, and they had the full album there. There was a whole boatload of songs. So if we look at their website, there's a look at this. So they have a total of, I think it's 80 songs, 72 songs. 72 songs, all from the 80s era. The game itself looks pretty good. I'll show you guys a little bit of the actual combat to kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at. So let's go to the gameplay side of things. So it kind of just seems like your standard, hack and slash, except, in this case, gunning and slashing as well. But you got the whole cast of characters. You have Star-Lord and the rest of his crew. My personal favorite. I like Star-Lord. I like his witty nature and just his nonchalant way of being a leader. But what do you think about this game, Will? What's your thoughts on this?
Here's the thing. I think this game looks extremely similar to the Marvel game, which I don't see as an issue. I played through the whole Avengers game, and I actually enjoyed it. I know it got a lot of heat. It's not a perfect game by any means, but honestly, I don't see this game being perfect either. I think a lot of times with these companies, these are, I hate to say money grab, but I feel like here they are not focusing on the gameplay. They're focusing on, look, this is the characters, these characters, you like these characters, we're gonna do a story with it. And I find the game's fun, but if somebody doesn't, I get that. It's not a high quality game that is focused on just the gameplay, and it's gonna be story driven. But that's something I really enjoy. I really enjoy games that are story driven and you're really living through that story. And I think that this game is probably a perfect example of a game that has a good story, maybe has a few kinks, maybe it's a little overpriced and there's gonna be some DLC, I'm sure. But honestly, I'd love to try it out.
Yeah, for sure. You know, definitely, like I said, as a fan of the movie franchise myself, I'd like to try it out too. I might buy it, might just ask a friend of mine who buys it and just play with them. But that's all we have for this quick segment. Upcoming is the What the Pros Doing segment by Willy and Wenzel. So we're going to go pop it on to him.
Hey guys, it's Willy Wenzel back here. We're back with What the Pros Doing, your favorite place to go for tips and tricks. Today we're going to be talking once again on the topic of League of Legends. Today we're going to be talking about a few objectives, specifically Baron. As you know, there's 3 objectives on the map. There's Herald, there's Dragon, and there's Baron. And we want to discuss a little bit on how you go about that Baron control and how you go about getting that late game advantage. So let's play this first clip. It's HLE versus T1. So as we play it, we can see that HLE spots them at Baron. And you can see instantly their whole team right here is going to collapse in on the Baron. So anyways, as we continue, you can see that HLE is collapsing on the Baron. It's going in, and it's very interesting here because when it comes to Baron plays, people are always willing to trade those deaths and trade those kills for that Baron. So as we can see, they are going in despite knowing that they're probably going to die, trying to trade that Baron. They don't end up getting that smite off to steal it, but it goes to show that they do value the Baron so much that they're willing to trade a few deaths for it. So as we continue on, we can see that HLE unfortunately doesn't get it. But anyways, as we continue on, we got C9 versus Rogue real quick. One of my favorite games from group stage. So as we look at this, you can see that the jungler for Rogue is actually going down, and Baron's half health. And I actually think this is a big mistake by Rogue here, and it really made me mad. I was screaming during the game whenever this was happening, but you could see Rogue going down even though Baron's low health, and you could see the Olaf actually starts clearing a ward and chasing a kill when the Baron's so low. And whenever Olaf can literally go in unstoppable and smite the Baron away, it doesn't end up getting it. So what I wanted to point out here is that it's very important to use your abilities wisely and actually get that Baron, because Baron's so important. Rogue ended up losing that game because they lost it. So as we continue here, we can see that another game, EDG versus RNG, and you can see that the team right here, EDG, is trying to force a kill onto the Xayah, or not onto the Xayah, onto the enemy player, on the enemy Lucian. And as soon as they get that kill, you notice they start rotating towards Baron. So I want to emphasize here is, once you get those kills, you rotate towards those objectives, take those objectives, and move on with that play. So you can see they get that here. So a little bit of a recap. First of all, be willing to trade those deaths and those kills for those objectives. Specifically Baron, you want to trade those deaths to where you can get it, because Baron's that worth it. Second of all, you want to make sure that you're taking picks, and whenever you get a pick, you want to rotate off the Baron. And third of all, you want to make sure that you use your abilities and the jungler is going towards that Baron properly, because that ultimately can close out a game. Thank you for joining me. We're going to head back over to Dylan over at the studio.
All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed What the Pros Doing for this week. Thank you again for Will for giving us those fantastic tips. Make sure you bring it into your next bit of gaming so you can be a better player. So, going on to our next topic, on the topic of competitive gaming and things like that, there was some news very recently where the FaZe Clan inked a $1 billion deal to go public. And FaZe Clan is just absolutely awesome to see how large it's expanded since its times, like, early 2010s compared to now, like 10 years later, 2021, this thing's going public. It's the $1 billion deal. It's just kind of cool to see how legit these gaming organizations are actually becoming. It's like people are really treating them as real things, almost like real sports franchises. Now, I'm not going to compare them to the likes of like a Los Angeles Lakers and Atlanta Braves, ooh, yeah, World Series. But it's a step in the right direction. I think if some of the other gaming organizations start inking some big deals like this to go public, that would be pretty cool. For all the young gamers out there that are looking to make a career out of gaming, this is definitely big news for them, just to know that there's a market out there, there's money out there for those gamers in the future. So it's pretty cool. What do you think about this deal right here?
Honestly, I think it's awesome. I know it says right here, backed by the singer Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide coming in here. He is, I'm kind of surprised. Like, what is Pitbull doing investing in FaZe? But honestly, I think this would be the top story of the year if it was 2012. It's a little late, I'm not gonna lie. FaZe is not as big as it used to be. But I still think, I was shocked when I first saw this. I was like, FaZe going public. But honestly, I see the potential. I think it is a very, it obviously is a very big business, and I think the consumer is just, it's growing and growing. There's gonna be more and more people interested in these different groups and just how they can make money. And I think FaZe is a perfect first kind of group to do this and go public and see how it goes. And if it goes well, it might be the history of these gaming companies.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a step in the right direction, like we were both saying there. It's going to be cool to see just what other groups are going to ink big deals like this. Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm sure our young gamers watching out there are also looking forward to it. And now, next up, going into our Halloween segment, because we are filming on the Halloween week. It's Halloween weekend coming up. We have a special news update from one of our special news reporters, Eric Burkholder. We're gonna have a special news segment from our special news reporter, and we'll pass it on over to Eric right now.
Your favorite ghost hunting game just got scarier with the new Nightmare update for Phasmophobia, just in time for Halloween week and everything. So it's the 0.4.0 early access update, and we're gonna get started. First of all, we got a new map called Maple Lodge Campsite. It's easily the most detailed map out of the game. It's really cool being outside, considering everything else is indoors and really cramped. And it makes it a lot harder to find the ghost and find evidence. So, and it talks about also that this campsite is very detailed and that other maps will be getting updates too for continuity's sake. So next part down here, we have a difficulty rework. And so now, it used to be 3 difficulties, amateur, intermediate, and professional. Pretty much the game across the board has gotten a lot harder. So we can see, once you get into intermediate and professional, you start to see that hiding places begin to get closed off and whatnot. So the maps are more dynamic now than they used to be. Sanity is more affected now. And also, if you look at professional right here, you can see that the ghost room can actually change. Very rarely in professional, but the ghost room can change, which makes everything so much more difficult. And next, we're looking at the nightmare difficulty. And this is a complete game changer for all those content creators out there for Phasmophobia who have gotten bored, hit level 6,000, you're like, this professional's getting kind of boring, it's getting really easy. So the nightmare difficulty flips the game on its head completely. The ghosts hide one type of evidence, your sanity monitoring equipment is affected, you can't see your sanity at all, you're completely left in the dark, and the difficulty is incredibly high. So this is only, of course, for the most experienced ghost hunters out there, and I'm sure the more hardcore, Phasmophobia fans are really going to enjoy it. We also have a dynamic weather system, which I played a couple matches. You can actually check out the TGC Plays episode on our YouTube channel where we play a couple matches. There's a dynamic weather system that really mixes everything up, where they start making it snow, it's raining, fog, and they also bring all the sound issues with it, as well as the visibility changes with the weather. And now we're looking at the new ghost types. And so we have 4 new ghost types, including one called the twins, which breaks the ghost into half basically. And the ghost can interact with multiple objects at once. I had a match with the twins, and they are very active and they are very hard to pin down. So that's pretty neat. Also, the Onryo, to note right here, the Onryo actually has a special ability where if you blow out a flame, a candle or something, that it can trigger instant hunts. So for that nightmare difficulty, when the ghosts are hiding one piece of evidence, you can use that secondary evidence to actually figure out the ghost types and find the behaviors. And there's also several balance changes and quality of life changes that I won't go into too much detail here. If you do want to check these out, the patch notes are on the Steam page under the Steam community tab. and there's a bunch of changes there. And the update did launch with some issues, but it got sorted out like actually the day of. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, we did have a lot of fun playing Phasmophobia with the other TGC members, and you can go check this out on Steam. Give it give it some of your money if you want to. It's definitely worth a buy. It's super fun with friends, and yeah, you can check this out on the Steam page, and you can check out our gameplay on the TGC Plays YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate that. For all you Faz players out there, I'm sure you guys are very excited to, if you haven't already, play the new update. And if you're new to the game, check it out. You know, you can see there's new content being added regularly. It's a game worth your time. So, sticking on the theme of scary things, I don't know how scary this is, but it is Halloween related. So we're gonna go on to the topic of Fortnite. A franchise I really loved growing up, the Resident Evil franchise, and Fortnite. I never thought these two would be collaborating, but I also never thought Street Fighter would collaborate with them. Never thought Rick and Morty would collaborate with them. And here we are. So there was very recently, just a few days ago, it was announced that Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine would be skins in Fortnite. So that's, oh man, that's you know, crazy. We're gonna watch the little trailer real quick. It's only 20 seconds, so. We got the puppy. The
little doggo.
Little dog.
Man, he needs some help.
Zombies? Okay. NVIDIA trying to... Okay.
Man, you already know they're coming to save that dog.
Yeah, Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine. Two fan favorites of the series. Of course, they were teammates in the game. And now you can be teammates with them in another game, in Fortnite. So that is pretty cool. Speaking of Fortnite skins, in case you guys didn't know, there was the Halloween little Fortnite skin thing going on throughout the entire month. So we're going to look through some of the skins that were released this month and kind of just talk about the cool skins we've had, and you know, which ones are our favorites so far. So most recently, there were the week 4 skins where we had the hero lines, as well as this big edgy boy, which thankfully Will here is my Fortnite expert, so he'll be able to tell me a little more about these skins as we scroll through. So let's start first with the most recent skins released for the item shop, the week 4 ones.
Yeah, so these zombie superhero skins, pretty interesting. Those superhero skins were definitely a big deal in Fortnite, and I think those zombies, they're not necessarily something new. But they have tons of customization, might be worth your money. But the big thing for this last week for Shadow Midas, look, this was teased last year. People wanted it. He was like the main guy from Fortnitemares. I know my favorite YouTuber, the Camping Rusher, he talks a lot about Midas, right? Midas is a big part of the story. Finally getting this Shadow Midas skin, we deserve it, all right? We've been through a lot with Fortnite the past year. There's been a lot going on. And I think this Shadow Midas is just the perfect thing to end off Fortnitemares.
Alrighty then. Then on to week 3. We had a nice mix of some familiar faces. The only face I'm familiar with is the Ariana Grande one, to be fair. But there were some pretty cool skins. My personal favorite, I liked the little pharaoh zombie winged thing. Thought it was pretty cool looking. I'm also a fan of just the mummy. I just think he looks funny. He's just the bald head and everything. But what do you think about the week 3 skins?
I mean, we got Ariana Grande, the Monster Hunter. Like, what is Fortnite doing? They had the Ariana Grande concert, which was a smash hit. I mean, come on. How could you not love that Ariana Grande Fortnite concert? But now that she's a Monster Hunter in Fortnite, I mean, who could have guessed when I was dropping into Tilted Towers in Season 2, right after it was released, that Ariana Grande would join me in killing some zombies in Fortnite. And I think it really just solidifies Fortnite's space as something for everybody, truly.
For sure. And then for week 2 and 1, we'll do them together because I personally didn't find anyone overly notable in these. I thought the little like gummy snack fish was kind of funny. No, not that they were bad skins. I don't want to say that, but they weren't. I don't know. They didn't stick out to me in week 2, and then week 1 was also like, it was cool. You get to see Frankenstein. That was pretty cool. I know the guy on the very far right, I guess left, he is an important guy somewhere, but I'm not I'm not a Walking Dead fan or pretty into shows in general, but there are lots of fans out there that like that stuff, and it's relevant. It's just so cool how Fortnite just manages to get these franchises, put their characters in as skins. It's just absolutely awesome, man, really. But what do you think about these early skins, week 1, week 2?
They're all right. I don't think there's anything super special. Look, if you like The Walking Dead, another skin for you. They've already had Walking Dead collab. It's not too much of a surprise. I think it's cool though. I did like the gummy fish. It reminds me of like Swedish fish.
Yeah.
Like the little candy things. But yeah, I mean, you know, they like, a lot of these are reused, let's be honest. They're reskins of previous things. But it works. They're cool. If you want them, buy them. And they'll probably not be around until next year, so it could be a good buy if you're interested in that, but nothing particularly special to me.
All right, for our last topic, especially while we have you right here, Will, we're going to talk about the most recent Fortnite votes going on for, if I remember correctly, which items was going to get vaulted. So there was the Boogie Bomb, and then there's the combat shotgun. The vote ended earlier today, I believe.
So it's Friday when we're recording this. It ended this morning. So we've had these votes, and they've been pretty clear cut until this one. So we had a lot of people advocating for the Boogie Bomb to be unvaulted because there's the rumors of the mechs coming back, which, whew, I hope we don't have to cover that in the gaming Collegian. Look, combat shotgun is so nerfed at this point. I don't know how much of a difference it's gonna make. It's weird because it didn't win by a ton, probably won around 20%. All the other votes have been pretty much landslides. It was interesting to see, but honestly, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference now that the Boogie Bomb did not get added back. And with the combat shotgun being added, I don't love the meta already in Season 8, and I don't think this is going to make me love the meta even more just because of how nerfed this combat shotgun is.
All right, well, yeah, that was our little topics right there. And before we end off, we got 2 little mini segments at the very end. We are going to go first into what are we playing, our recommendations for what you guys should be playing, and really just what we're playing lately. So we're going to go to that next. All right, so what are we playing? Basically, this segment is exactly as it sounds. It's quite literally just what are we playing right now, and what do we recommend y'all should be playing as well? So, preferably the games that we're playing right now. And we can also, if we really feel like spicing it up, we can even throw in what will we be playing in the future. So, what are you playing right now, or what are you looking forward to? What's the scope?
So, I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft, a little bit of Fortnite, the classic 2. But ultimately, with November coming up, I am looking forward to those Pokemon Sinnoh remakes. As soon as those come out, I'm playing them all the way through. That's definitely going to take up my November for sure until Legends of Arceus comes out. I think those will be some pretty good games. I have high hopes, even though they're just remakes. I've played the originals, but I'm still looking forward to those pretty heavily.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to them as well. I am a huge Pokemon fan. I've actually played every single game for every region except for Sinnoh. Never played Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum, so I'm actually going into this fresh. I generally know what happens because I'm a big fan of the franchise, but it's just crazy. They're releasing this, and I've never played these regions, so it's going to be like a new experience, both in the sense that it's on the Switch, so it's really a new experience, and it's a new experience for me. It's a story I haven't experienced fully outside of reading what happens here and there. But what am I playing? I've been playing a lot of the new Hot Wheels game. I was a huge Hot Wheels fan growing up, and this game is like everything I would have imagined out of a Hot Wheels game, like racing and everything. It is like such a fun game, such a great arcade racing game. If you're into racing games and you're into the more creative side of racing games, so not like the realistic Forza types, definitely check out Hot Wheels. It is my must-buy recommendation, and it's what I've been training a lot of my time lately, outside of a few regular staples. So, hey, definitely check it out. Now on to our question of the week. We will go into that next. All right, so time for our question of the week. And for today's question of the week, we actually have our special on-the-field reporter with the Gamers on Greene, Jonah. He is going to be hosting the question of the week, actually asking people on University of South Carolina's campus the question of the week. So now let's introduce Jonah and everything, and let's transition right into him. Come on.
Hey man, what's your name?
Michael.
Today we're here with...
Andrew Lankus.
We're here with...
Tanya.
And today we're going to be asking Michael, what was your favorite childhood game growing up?
Probably hide and seek. That's a good
Hide
one.
and seek? Okay. Were you the hider or the seeker more often?
The hider, probably.
Hider, okay.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
I do love Mario Kart.
Minecraft.
Awesome, okay. What was your favorite block or mob or like experience in Minecraft?
The sheep.
Sheep.
Mine would have to be Halo 3, as it was the first-person shooter I was introduced to. Played it with my dad and brother.
Okay.
They whooped me all the time in the multiplayer, but I gotta say that was probably the one that I have the fondest memories of.
You get caught a lot or no?
You know, you always get caught eventually, but... You know.
Those are wise words, that's very true.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new Halo coming out?
I am excited. I've been keeping up with it. I'm very excited about it. Open world's gonna be a change of pace, but I'm looking forward to it.
Favorite color of sheep?
Favorite color of sheep? The pink one.
Classic, very rare spawn indeed. What were your favorite experiences in Minecraft back in the day?
This may be the diamonds. Finding the diamonds.
True. The serotonin you get when you see that white ore, it's beautiful. Any good particular hiding spots that were like the best of the best?
Nah, not really.
You just sussed it out as you went along?
Yeah.
I got you, man. Okay, here you have it. Hide and seek is a top tier game. You got a chance to play the beta yet?
I did. I got into one of the flights for the big team battle.
Ooh, okay. How'd you like that?
It was fine. I've never been much of a multiplayer Halo person. I've always been more campaign focused, but
Fair.
I kind of liked it.
It's exciting to see what the future will hold here in gaming news. Anyways, back to you, Dylan.
All right, thank you so much, Jonah. Those are some great responses we got there, for sure. You know, hey, pretty cool right there. It's nice to see that there are some gamers on Greene Street where we're taking the questions. If you want to be featured on Gamers on Greene for the question of the week, just camp out on Greene Street and you might see us there. So, hey, you never know. But thank you so much for sticking with us all the way through the episode. That is the end of TGC's replay for this week. For sure, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the content today. And if there's something you'd like to see, drop a comment down below and we'll definitely check out the comments and we will see what we can do to include everything we possibly can. But again, thank you very much. I'm Dylan, your host, signing off, and Will, Dorroh, thank you very much for being here today.
I'm so glad I was here.
All right, we'll see you guys later.